So we got the pretty exciting 253 spoilers. We're surprisingly continuing the Maki vs Sukuna fight. It looked like in the last chapter we were gonna switch to the Hakari vs Uraume POV. However, I'm definitely not complaining. Oh, and quick heads up that this video will be less edited than my previous spoiler coverages. If you keep up with my community posts, then you'll know why. Regardless, I'll still try to edit the best I can for you guys with this old laptop. So yeah, without wasting any more time, let's get straight into it. The chapter starts with a small one-page flashback where the topic of discussion is who's the strongest first grade sorcerer. Mimi responds Kusakabe. Nanami says depends on the situation, but it's probably Kusakabe-san. And Gojo, man does it feel good to see him even on a flashback page. He says isn't it probably Kusakabe-san? Well, it's a different story if we add the big three clans. So he's likely referring to the quote-unquote special grade 1 sorcerers from the Zenin family. But it's cool to see Kusakabe get this, who's the strongest Gojo type moment, because with his behavior and personality, you wouldn't think he's super strong, and that's fair. He clearly isn't the type of person that likes engaging in combat, nor enjoys getting into trouble, but ever since the Gojo versus Sukuna fight, he's shown to be someone that knows a lot about Jujutsu, has a bunch of knowledge on the power system, has a mature and level-headed IQ, fought alongside one of the top heavy hitters, and even defended himself from Sukuna's dismantle. He's pretty damn elite for someone that doesn't have a curse technique. Glazing aside, we come back to the Maki versus Sukuna POV. Maki ducks another slash from Sukuna. Both of them engage in the fight as the building that got cut off earlier begins to fall on top of them. So whether it's a regular dismantle or even a world slash, Maki can dodge it. She basically achieved quote-unquote ultra instincts at the end of the Sakurajima colony, now being capable of dodging almost every attack that moves faster than her, thanks to pre-detecting them, their vibrations and or feeling. But as the building falls on them, cars parked in the building crash out, and Sukuna uses it to his advantage by sending his slashes through them. Maki notices Sukuna's slashes and defends against it, but gets thrown off by the impact of the car. So that's a pretty smart play by Sukuna there. After acknowledging that Maki can dodge her slashes, he does a double attack with the car, so she gets caught by the car itself. And it looked like Maki flew into another building, and Sukuna, with his insane fast speed, is already awaiting for Maki in that other building, unless I'm reading the panels wrong. But Sukuna grabs hold of Maki and attacks her with Cleave, but Ino suddenly enters the battle and tries to attack, but Sukuna immediately sends slashes, canceling Ino's technique, and kicks him hard. Listen, Ino helped big time there. Yes, he got clapped by Sukuna again, but he did save Maki and spared a little distraction time for the supposed strongest grade 1 sorcerer, as Sukuna notices that Ino didn't have Nanami's weapons this time, and that's when Kusakabe instantly attacks Sukuna with Nanami's 7-to-3 ratio technique. However, Kusakabe realizes that Sukuna tanked that attack easily since he had already noticed their plan. So he probably sensed or detected Kusakabe's presence at the top, and why does this panel go extremely hard? The way it's framed, Kusakabe's stance at the top, this environment oddly reminds me of Spider-Man versus Green Goblin when they fight in that apartment. I know that's completely random, but maybe it's because of the different levels. Anyways, this just makes me even more excited to see the entire Shinjuku battle animated in the future. Maki re-enters the battle. She thinks even if Yuta survives, if the battle with Sukuna gets prolonged, they'll have new problems. So she decides to end this ASAP. This goes back to what Yuji said during the domain, how the crew needs to defeat Sukuna before all their backup plans are used up. The narrator says, after Gojo's death, Kashimo, Higuruma, and Yuta entertained Sukuna with their gem-like talents in Jujutsu. However, Sukuna desired to face Maki the most, the one who threw away her Jujutsu with heavenly restrictions. The King of Curses was excited for this reality. brutality. Damn, reading that gave me chills. Always appreciate the Maki praise and recognition. Continuing on, Maki slices off a pillar and kicks it towards Sukuna, but he instantly vanishes from his place and grabs Maki's face with high speed. The force throws them off the building. Sukuna praises Maki, saying she's not like the half-assed brat Yuji. She truly shaved off everything. True nothingness. Bro, why is Yuji catching another stray from Sukuna? Just leave him alone. It's like he's on your mind all the time. Okay, I'm kidding. It's just funny how Sukuna's always roasting Yuji, even after acknowledging his unbreakable ideal. It doesn't stop Sukuna from trash talking him, which I guess I also kind of like at the same time. Then Sukuna says that Jujutsu is merely the skin and the meat, but the body of Maki is the true bone and essence. Sukuna excitedly shouts at Maki, saying her existence alone defies Jujutsu. As his attack tears off a part of Maki's face, Sukuna shouts in high excitement. This fight will determine which is more worthy to polish. Is it Jujutsu or the physical body? It's the first time that someone has carried out a duty on me. Wow, this is like Gojo versus Toji, the pinnacle of Jujutsu in the modern era, versus a man with no cursed energy. And now in this case, it's the greatest sorcerer of all time versus a woman with no cursed energy. The parallel of superpower against pure strength. Man, am I pumped that Akutami is really emphasizing that narrative and theme for their battle. As all this hype, thrilling excitement, it allows Sukuna to land a black flash on Maki. The first black flash we've seen from him, at least shown in the manga. Sukuna's probably landed ones before. However, if he's never ever landed a black flash, then maybe this is the result of staying in Yuji's body for quite some time. Anyways, this black flash sends Maki flying off the railing. We don't even see where she landed. As Kusakabe approaches from the top, he thinks, what? Are you kidding me? Am I actually the last one standing? Where's Itadori? Chozo? Well, Mei probably won't come out. Shit, if there was zero chance of victory, I could have retreated already, but I've come this far. I guess I kinda have to fight him, right? And that's where the chapter ends, with Kusakabe saying, am I really gonna do it? Me? Kill Sukuna? Alright, so first things first, Maki is most likely fine. She might need some time to heal or rest after getting hit with a black flash, but the fact that we didn't get to see her body after the impact from Sukuna's blow, yeah, that entails that she's not dead at least. And in terms of Kusakabe, listen, this entire thing could be a troll, where in the beginning of the chapter, you had Kusakabe getting the Gojo is the strongest type moment, and now he'll probably not do well and get saved by someone else intervening. Maybe it's Yuji, maybe it's Maki. Or Gege Akutami gave him the Gojo is the strongest type moment for a reason, because for the first time, we're about to see what makes Kusakabe the strongest grade 1 sorcerer. For the first time, Kusakabe is put into a situation where he can't ignore fighting, nor can't he ignore what's happening in front of him, or else he'll die from Sukuna. So this will forcibly unleash a power, a new strength that we've never seen from Kusakabe before. Maybe Gojo, Mei, and Nanami have seen it, thus calling him the strongest grade 1 sorcerer. Or, like I said, it's all just a troll, and it turned out to be one of Gege's cliffhangers, where it leads to something you think is gonna happen, but doesn't happen at all. I'm personally hoping for the former. I think it would make Kusakabe a lot cooler if he's actually got something huge up his sleeves this whole time, but always passed it off since he just hates putting in the work in general, you know what I mean? Anyways, just judging from the spoilers, it looks like we're gonna get a fantastic chapter. Of course, I will go more in depth once the full translations come out. Also, once I've got my new computer parts, which will hopefully arrive tomorrow. But with all that being said, don't forget to let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. And as always, thank you so much for watching my weekly spoiler coverage for Jujutsu Kaisen, as I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.